Hi! Are you new to running or do you just need some new motivation? In this video I will share my top 10 beginner tips that I wish I had known when I started running 15 years ago. Hi, it's Tess here. Welcome to my channel where I share my running tips and tricks. In today's video I will share with you guys my 10 top beginner tips. First, I think you should set a goal. Set a goal that motivates you, and it's best it's pretty achievable, otherwise you risk being unmotivated instead of the opposite. Your goal can be to run a race, maybe run your first 5 kilometers, lose some weight. This goal will help you to get motivated even on those tough days. My second tip is that you should run with variation, and with that I mean to run with different speed, on various surfaces, and also you should run on several places. Use running to explore new places. This will not only make you develop as a runner, it will also help you keep motivated. My next tip is to do not follow an average running plan. I guess you have seen that on the internet you can find running programs for different levels and different kind of races. These programs, they are very standardized and they rarely fit your life. They are usually arranged week by week instead of maybe it would suit you better with a 10-day cycle. These programs are of course something you can use as an inspiration, but nothing you should follow to the letter. They can also cause you to lose motivation if you maybe miss a workout due to unforeseen events such as illness or an injury. Then it can be difficult to find your way back to the program and you might feel that you want to give up completely. The next tip is that you should have at least 2 running shoes. Having different running shoes has several advantages. First of all, it can be good to have different running shoes depending on what kind of workout you're doing. If you're doing a speed session or maybe you're going out for a long run. And also, are you going to run on asphalt or maybe for some trail running in the woods? But above all, it's good for your legs and your feet to have some variation. It can keep some running injuries away. My next tip is that you should not forget rest days. First of all, you should not be afraid to run on tired legs. That will build strength and endurance. But recovery is also very important. You should listen to your body, but not too much. But if you had several days where your legs haven't felt that good, that they are very heavy and stiff, I think it's best to take a rest day. A day off can still consist of some training of some sort, but restrained from running. Sometimes it can even be your mind that needs some resetting to get some new motivation. As a new runner, you should focus on time instead of kilometers. And some days it can be easier to tell yourself that you will be out for 30 minutes instead that you will be out for 5 kilometers. As a beginner, that is more tangible. And according to studies, it has been proved that when you run a certain time instead of kilometers, it's easier to hold an even pace. When you see that you don't have that far left on your distance, you will probably run a little faster at the end compared to when you have to be out a certain time. This is a trick I often use on my long runs. For me, for example, when I have my long runs, I motivate myself by thinking that I will go out and run 10 blocks of 15 minutes, for example, then thinking that I will go out and run 30 kilometers. As a beginner, and as a runner, it's very important to be patient. Running is about having patience and thinking long term. Doing so will help you stay away from injuries, and that will lead to continuity, which is a must if you want to develop as a runner. In the beginning, your running progress will go very fast, and you think if I only keep training more and longer, that will go on forever. But after a while, this progress curve will flatten out, and then it's important not to push your body too hard. Your results will go up and down a bit, but if you think long term, you will see that you will keep develop over a long time. I recommend you to build slowly and be consistent. Do not make it complicated. It's very easy to make running complicated, that you should be out a certain time, that you should run at a certain pace. If you run with a running watch, for example, try to sometimes leave it at home. Do not care about distance, time or pace. Running can be just about running. To just be on your own minds and don't even think about pace and distance. Just be out as long as you feel for it and as fast as you like. One of my best tips that helped me a lot is that I downloaded a running app. I downloaded Strava, and that app helps me to keep track on my running. It's a useful and motivational tool where I can track my running over time. And also I get a lot of inspiration from other runners and I can follow them in that app. If you don't want to share your data with other runners, that of course something you can block. My last tip is that maybe you shouldn't listen that much to tips. And I promise you haven't seen this video for nothing, but what I want to say about that is that running is not a new invention. Listening to all advice from experts in the field can make you very overwhelmed, and you might think that running is something very difficult. Instead of just go out and run, you can think too much if you're doing right or wrong. Over time, you will create your own experience, and that will give you the confidence to run the way you want and how you want. If you search for information about running, you can find information about almost anything. You can find information about which shoes you should buy and what kind of running watch you should have, how long your steps should be, how many steps you should take per minute, should you land on your forefoot or not. The list can be made long, but as a runner it's most important just go out and run. Do not get bogged down in details. In time you will be able to sift through all the information. In the beginning I think you should listen to some advice, but not all. Just go out and run, as man has always done. This was my top 10 beginner tips. If you want to know what I think about running the day before race day, you should watch this video. And please like and subscribe for more running content on my channel. See you soon, bye!